Well, the city of Seattle known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild Lumen Field.
This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Waiting for it back deep, Antonio Callaway. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
To throw is Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Stafford.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A give, running right is Akers.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
1st and goal from the 3. They'll look to run with Akers.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Stafford. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Really talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. This is Carson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Today, baby.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Hill.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Vincent Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better eye.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
We normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is down to a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
For the Seahawks field goal of 46 yards.
And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Stafford.
That's into the hands of Jacob Harris.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Just beating the play clock. Stafford. Complete. Smith has it. And he spins past him and into space. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Jacob Harris.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Seahawks 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, you got three down.
Throwing is Wilson. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Oh, look at the juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. On 1st down, Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Back to throw, Stafford. That's caught by Jackson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. He's intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trey Flowers picks it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Wilson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got Smith here. And down inside the 15 he goes. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
Touchdown!
Cam Akers.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. They'll find Everett there, complete. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returnable here for Callaway. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. From the 50, it's Stafford. And he's got his target, Harris. Touchdown, Rams. Jacob Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. The loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now Callaway on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Akers. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Rams, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers.